I wanted to talk today about behind the name. And so, for many of you, let me get somewhere where the sun's not all in my face, which is a beautiful thing because it's summertime. But behind the name. And so, I wanted to talk about behind the name of my podcast. So, my podcast name is Straight Out of Savannah. And I actually was thinking about that when I first started that thing. Like, I started my podcast years ago. So, if those of you don't know, I've been podcasting for a few years. And now I'm ramping up the game. And so I'm thinking about rebranding, changing the name. Um, but the name means something to me because Straight Out of Savannah is me. I am from Savannah, Georgia, and I thought about it like Jesus. You know, Jesus said, people said that what what good can come out of Nazareth? And so that was my thinking when I created this podcast. And to be honest, when I started it, I was just talking to anybody that would come on an interview because I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy learning different things, and people have different skill sets. And that's wonderful. I think it's great because, I can't know everything. I can't know everything. Some people know stuff I don't know. I don't have a problem with that, but I like to learn. And so I like to have conversations too. So, anyway, so behind that name, it was Straight Out of Savannah, even though, I was just interviewing different people. And that's actually lovely. I enjoy that, but now you know, I've reshaped the podcast and, what's the word? I niched down. So I interview spiritual entrepreneurs, um, holistic healers, channels, psychics, mediums, numerologists, astrologers, human design experts, anybody in that field because I am a spiritual teacher and an intuitive healer, and I love to work with women to help them to connect to God and their intuitive self so that they can receive what they need to receive in order to be who they want to be. So anyway, so that was something that I thought about, but I had, so like I'm emotionally attached to the name of that podcast, which you know, I think that's something that you're not supposed to do, but I did it anyway. And so here I am. And so I'm thinking about um, rebranding and I would love some input. So if you haven't watched my show, go and watch it. There are a couple on here because I migrated my show to this platform to Substack. Or if you're watching on YouTube, they're all on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube because that actually was my motto when I first started. I started on YouTube. That was where I started on Facebook Live, doing it where you were up and down, and I would just interview people on Facebook Live, and then I would download it and then upload it to YouTube. And so this is how I started years ago. At the time, it wasn't like it is now where, it's a lot of people podcasting and different things and talking about different stuff. And I actually encouraged somebody the other day. I was like, you got a podcast. You can talk about this stuff and it would really help people. And so anyway, so that's kind of my little explanation behind my podcast and why I named it that. And if you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you would like to come on my show and talk about it, you know, look a sister up. You can find me here on Substack. You can find me on YouTube at Intuitive Tammy. You can find me on TikTok at Intuitive Tammy and Tammy Insurance. So you can find me anywhere on Facebook at Tammi Morrison. So, anywhere that you find me, you can reach out and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I thank you, Substack, for this platform. I really do enjoy it. Um, Trying to think. I'll probably come back on tomorrow and talk about some other stuff because I really want to talk about some other stuff. But join my membership. I've dropped the link, the Stand Store link in the comments. So you can go in there. The membership is in there. I also have a course, a mini course on intuition that's in there. I have a Manifest Your Soulmate bundle that is on there. It is a workbook with a meditation activation. So make sure you check that out. I have a forgiveness letter, y'all, that is so powerful on that stand store. I used it for myself for like 3 or 4 people, and I could see the shift in me regarding that because, sometimes you think you forgive people and then something pops up and makes you know you didn't. So if that's you, check out that forgiveness letter. It is in the stand store. I also have some free resources as well in there. So check it out. Have a good day. Thank you.